Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nazarene Veronica and today I'm on the streets of London, which are very rainy, and I'm here to ask the public, do you believe the government could control the weather? Before we get into the video, please like and subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Let's get into it. Do you believe the government could control the weather?
This is a very strong subject.
100%.
100%.
Aspects of it.
Switch it off right now, please.
For me, it's not possible.
For me, no, I don't think so.
No, I think it's totally stupid if you think something like this.
So I used to live in Singapore, where they do believe they can, and they actually go through incredible efforts to what they used to call seed clouds. So they would make sure that they would rain ahead of big events in the city.
Yes, if you read some kind of yellow newspaper, I mean the fake sites and this kind of things, maybe you think this is possible, but I think it's not true.
I think it could be possible. There is this conspiracy that, it could be possible. I think probably, yeah.
I've seen something on Top Gear, and it's where Jeremy, whatever his name is, and another, they start this steam thing, and all of a sudden it starts raining.
I've seen that too. What do you think of that?
I think it's government controlled.
I mean, the weather, like the rain and that, no, it's actually impossible.
It's something like physical control from the world, from the water, from the sun, from everything. It's not control from the government.
So have you ever heard of the World Economic Forum?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm Charles Schwab. I'm not a big fan of those fuckers.
Amazing.
I think they should retire. It's their time. They should let us young people lead the world.
Yes, of course.
What do you think of them?
They don't have faith and a will to change anything, because I maybe understand exactly ask to me. The biggest country, the China, the US, the Britain, the Germany, they probably produce a lot of, how to explain, a lot of bad emissions, exactly. But from this country, we didn't see a lot of pressure to change a lot of things.
What, sorry?
World Economic Forum.
I don't understand, sorry.
It's an organization called the World Economic Forum. It's a group of billionaires, and they meet up every year in Davos.
No, I didn't know them.
And actually our Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and our King Charles, are a part of that club.
Shock.
Yeah, I kind of believe that, yeah.
No, it's true. They've got a whole page on the website. Believe you can.
If you were to write to the information bodies in the government and ask them for that information, you should be in a position to get that detail, correct?
I've actually got friends who have tried to write to the.
What they need to.
They don't. They either say that they can't find that information or they just don't reply.
I think that you should be taking them to court.
I believe so too. It's very, very weird that they don't want to be open with us, and it's not even been on the news. So a lot of farmers are saying that they are seeing planes, military planes, create trails in the sky, which they're very long trails, and then they disperse and become massive clouds throughout the day, and then it rains, and then they test their soil before and after the rain from these clouds, and they're seeing massive levels of heavy metals, mercury, aluminium in the soil, which is going into our food. So that's a big concern that the farmers are having, and they are trying to raise awareness on this topic on Twitter.
I think you're operating off behalf of those farmers from a coalition to try and raise it up?
No, that's just one of the points that I've researched, where I kind of see red flags, and I'd like to just ask the public what they think on it.
I think that we're getting into a space, like sociologically, where we're kind of glomming on to any kind of answers that we can, if I'm honest. And I think that there's a lot of conspiracy theories that are coming up that some of them are probably based in truth, and some of them are not based in truth at all. And I think, coming from where I used to live in my part of the world, conspiracies scare me massively. So the fact that we've got, essentially we're looking at potentially another 4 years of a complete monster because of conspiracy theories, I get really, really nervous about them. So I think that the best thing to do is try to break it down into why would they, and break it back from there. So who would be doing it, what would be their motive, and push that way. That doesn't mean that you're not necessarily onto something, but it just means you need to push through, because carrying information or hiding information, like, it's understanding what's behind that. Why would they do that? Because getting any funding for anything, even in the army or in the military, is really hard. So there has to be a reason why they would further it. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot.
I'd like to ask you, why do you believe that they haven't spoken about this on the news when they
Well, I'd mentioned to you that I'd never heard of it before. Cloud seeding, like in Singapore, it was used as part of the government would do it to make sure that there was no effect on tourism and types of events that we would have and such like that. It's entirely possible that there is a unit within the UK military that needs to make sure that they have, control of this technology if they wanted to for instances of war. I don't know that I would imagine there to be an incredibly sinister thing. I don't think anybody's trying to poison the food source of the UK, for example. I don't think that anybody's trying to do that part.
Have you heard of geoengineering and weather modification?
I've heard little bits. I won't say I fully know it, but I heard bits, yeah.
So you're familiar with the fact that there is a theory that the government can possibly create clouds in order to create rain and snow?
Yeah, I heard those things, yeah.
And block the sun?
No, tell me more.
Basically, there is this theory that the government are using military planes to leave trails in the sky which gradually get bigger over the course of the day, and they become clouds, and these clouds create rain and snow.
100%.
Have you ever seen these clouds before?
Of course, yes, I hope.
Do you think they're natural?
It's from airplane.
They're on their website. They actually have a whole section on cloud seeding, and they say that it's many entities across the West, including state and local government agencies, utilities and ski areas, seed clouds in an effort to boost winter snowfall in the mountains. Cloud seeding has also been used in efforts to disperse fog at airports, boost summer rainfall and reduce hail. In fact, cloud seeding occurs in more than 50 countries worldwide.
Okay, interesting.
And when you press the countries to see which ones they are, sorry, it looks like the wind blew this page away.
Exactly. I think if you something make a lot of these biggest cloud we see and we didn't know. Very big, how to explain, very big machines or technique that made the local clouds and the local raining, but to control weather of all countries or all continent, I think at this moment is impossible.
Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't seen this personally, but I think the weather should be let alone. I think God should control the weather, not these fuckers.
Yeah, that's scary.
What do you think about the fact you've never seen this on the news before?
Quite shocking. 100%.
Why do you think they don't talk about it on the news?
Like you said, it's controlled. Obviously, there must be a golden handshake somewhere, right?
So you're aware of the fact that cloud seeding exists already?
Yes, I am.
You're aware that they used that technique in the Vietnam War? The US Army used it in the...
That would not surprise me one iota to know that, yes. I had never heard about it before I lived in Singapore. I know that there was a period of time in the UK where we were confused by how we kept getting poor weather on the weekends, and they were explaining that it was a matter of the pollution during the week was building up or something like this, but I was never super clear on the answer they were giving.
Have you heard of a man called Bill Gates?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of Bill Gates?
I don't know. It's hard because I don't know him, but you've got different sides of the story. You got one side, you hear he's a nice guy who helps charity, and then you hear the side where he does a lot of bad things to people.
I don't know, it's a cool guy. ¿De quién era el dueño de qué?
I don't remember.
It was the owner of what?
Microsoft.
Of Microsoft, yeah. Yeah, I mean, a very cool guy, but I prefer Elon Musk.
Have you heard that he's invested a lot of money into an operation to block the sun?
I've heard the theory. Do I believe it? I don't know.
Oh, it's not a theory. He's very open about the fact he's done it.
Okay, alright, I don't know, yeah. Well, in that sense, it'd be fucking crazy.
It would be crazy. He's saying it's to stop global warming and climate change because he's sort of using that as an excuse.
That's bullshit. Stopping the sun doesn't stop global warming, no.
Is it weird that you're hearing this from a 23-year-old random girl on the street instead of from the government and the news?
Absolutely, 100%, I agree, definitely.
Do you think they should maybe publish this more?
I think they should, and I think there needs to be some kind of fine control around it, especially when people who are like sleeping rough outside, like you make their lives hell, do you know what I mean? And people do naturally get miserable when they see the rain. Like, I'm up early in the morning, the first thing I look at is out the window. After looking at my phone, I just want to know what the weather is. Like, I was up at 5 this morning, the first thing I did, I looked over and I was like, shit. It puts you in a downer, but when the sun's out, everyone's out.
Exactly, and also the sun gives us vitamin D, which literally makes us happy. So by blocking the sun, they're causing us to become more depressed and maybe rely on antidepressants and big pharma products in order to feel better.
Yep, and that's where the golden handshakes are.
Thank you so much for answering my questions. It was nice to meet you.
Enough love to the cameraman.
So we're back in the studio. I am absolutely amazed by how many people are not aware of what cloud seeding is, or what geoengineering is, or what weather modification is, considering that the World Economic Forum literally admit that they use this technology in over 50 different countries worldwide. But they refuse to tell you which countries they use this technology in, which is kind of weird. I was encouraged to meet people who actually did know what it was, which was it was like meeting another human being in a zombie apocalypse. It's kind of what it felt like. I think they should be a bit more open about what their intentions in using this technology is, and then people will trust them more, no? Why do they not want to tell people what's going on? Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you ring the notification bell, then you'll not miss any content of mine. And let me know in the comments what you think I should do street interviews about, because I have more topics lined up. But if you've got any topics you'd like me to discuss with the UK public, then do let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to do that. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.
From the function of the flow, but the conductors of the globe who be running up the show. Destruction that you chose to the abundance of your growth.